Hello and welcome to the Pro 14 Round 5 predictions brought to you by DrivingMaul. Hi, I'm Paul, the guy behind DrivingMaul, and thank you for joining me. We kick off this weekend with the Cheetahs hosting the Ospreys. Now, the Ospreys have been disappointing this season. They got an opening round win, but they had 3 losses on the bounce since then. The Cheetahs, after their 2 losses on the road, have had a couple of wins at home, even against Leinster, but there have been some question marks around the quality of sides that are being, or quality of squads that are being sent down on the long haul trip to South Africa. Maybe teams are going to use it to rest their stars rather than wearing them out. We'll have to see. It happens a lot in Super Rugby when teams go to play the Jaguares. You'll see a lot of players or senior players being left at home, so we'll see how it goes. Either way, in this one, I'm going to back the Cheetahs by 15, especially with the Ospreys having such a poor season. Next up, Glasgow host the surprisingly impressive Treviso. Now, Treviso have had a couple of wins, including on the road in Edinburgh. But let's be honest, this Scottish side is different to them. And Glasgow, with 4 wins from 4, you'd expect them to win this one. Normally, I'd go quite big, but Treviso have been putting some decent performances, so I'm going to just put Glasgow by 10. Next up, Scarlets host Connacht. Now, Connacht have been a bit poor this season, unfortunately. Disappointing. Scarlets are the champions. Had just that 1 loss so far, so you've got to say back Scarlets. Possibly, I'm going to back them by 10. It might go bigger than that. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I think that should be a relatively comfortable home win, which I think we're going to have as a bit of a running theme for this week. Next up, Leinster back home after that trip to South Africa and that loss, host Edinburgh. Edinburgh looked decent with a couple of opening wins, but have had 2 losses since then. And you've got to say, this has home win written all over it. So I'm backing Leinster by 10. We're heading on in to Sunday, and then Munster host Cardiff. Cardiff had a poor start with 3 losses, but did pick up a win last weekend, whereas Munster, in fact, had totally the opposite with 3 wins and then a loss. But it was just a narrow win for Cardiff for 2 points over Connacht, so you've got to say that this is going to be a tough trip over to Ireland, and I'm backing again, the home side, Munster by 10. Next, we have Zebre, who host Ulster. Now, Zebre picked up their first win of the season, but let's be honest, that was against the Kings. Now, for sure, they did rack up a big score with 43 points down there in South Africa, but now they've had to fly all the way back home, and also they're going to have to, and then also take on Ulster. Ulster, 4 wins from 4. That's another easy one for them. A 10-point win on the road. Finally, the Dragons host Kings. Now, Kings have been poor, as we expect them to be, and they lost most of their squad after the Super Rugby and had thrown this team together for this competition. They even didn't know who their coach was going to be until a few days before the competition. So, yeah, let's be honest, this is going to be a poor season for the Kings, and the Dragons will pick up their second victory. So, Dragons by 10 there. Let me know your thoughts. Always up for good rugby chat, so please put comments below, and do please share this with your friends. If you're watching on YouTube, give it the old thumbs up as well. Thanks for joining me, and enjoy whatever rugby you're watching this weekend.